Hey there, Peyton here again. Listen, before you scroll, I want to invite you into something with me real quick. It'll just take a few seconds, that's it. May not be your thing, but just humor me and give it a shot. You never know. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on the space just below your belly. Take a slow, steady, intentional, deep breath in through your nose. And hold it at the top just for a moment. And let it fall open on the exhale. Because right here, in this simple act, you are activating the alignment between heart and mind, between the physical vessel and the subtle field around it, between the temple and the consciousness that animates it. This is where episode 4 of my series, The Divine Reclaiming, begins. With the understanding that your body is not just flesh, it is sacred technology. This is the temple you were never taught to honor. For most of my life, I've never thought of my body as divine. I thought of it as something to manage, control, push, ignore, or fix. But as my awakening unfolded, I realized something profound. The body isn't an obstacle to higher consciousness. The body is the instrument that allows you to reach it. Every chakra, every energy center, every gland and hormone is part of a built-in cosmic design, a living temple made to channel source intelligence. The ancients knew this, mystics knew this, Yeshua taught this. But somewhere along the way, that knowledge was replaced with guilt, shame, punishment, obedience, and the most tragic piece, we were taught to distrust our own inner technology, which leads us to the 7 deadly sins and the chakras. 2 teachings, 1 truth. Most people never realize this, but the 7 deadly sins are not moral accusations. They are metaphors, descriptors of imbalance in the energetic body. Each sin is simply a distortion of a chakra, a blockage, a misalignment, a low-frequency expression of an energy center that's meant to operate in love and truth. Root chakra represents greed, which is survival, need for security, hoarding, control. Sacral chakra represents lust, which is creative energy misdirected rather than honored. Solar plexus chakra represents gluttony, which is consumption, lack of self-control, replacing empowerment. Heart chakra represents wrath, which is anger and hatred, blocking the flow of love. Throat chakra represents sloth, spiritual and mental laziness, refusal to engage in inner work or express one's true purpose. Third eye chakra represents envy, which is distorted self-perception, feeling of lack leading to comparison and jealousy. Crown chakra represents pride, separation from source, ego as identity. These were never punishments. They were instructions, signals showing which part of the body temple needs clearing in order to rise. When you clear these distortions, your energy ascends naturally. Your consciousness expands organically, and the path toward Christ consciousness becomes not mystical, but mechanical. The body is built for ascension. We just weren't taught how to operate it. As for my own recalibration, how the temple began to wake up for me, well, I didn't know it at the time, but for years I had been taking steps that aligned perfectly with this ancient blueprint. In the beginning, these choices were made by my circumstances at the time, or through exposure to new ways of thought, often not even tied to the concept of an awakening journey at all, but then eventually led to just that, my awakening. From there, my steps became intentional. So through what I now believe to be divine intervention early on, to get me, on the right path, has now led me into taking actionable steps to get myself in alignment for further awakening, which is where I am now. Looking back, I can see it all so clearly. I strengthened my body through movement and discipline. I cleared processed foods and unnatural glutens from my diet. I removed fluoride from my toothpaste. I shifted into vegan nourishment, real, chronic, living fuel. I stepped into meditation and began meditating daily. I began incorporating sound frequencies. I began incorporating breathwork daily. I started energy healing processes. I began studying and understanding true, factual history. I tuned into gratitude, not as a concept, but as a practice. I started intermittent fasting, then a weekly fast, then a monthly sacred secretion fast. I eliminated harmful pharmaceuticals. I used plant medicine with intention. I removed fluoride from my drinking water. I stepped away from alcohol. I opened my life to love, service, truth, and alignment. I am tuning the instrument. I am preparing the body for higher consciousness the same way a musician tunes a guitar before a song begins. My body is becoming clearer, my intuition louder, my energy more coherent. This wasn't a coincidence. This was a remembering. And breathwork is the divine switch that opens the system. Breath is the key. Breath is the ignition. Breath is the bridge between physical and spiritual. Every morning before meditation, I breathe intentionally. Slow, deep, controlled, circular. Because breath does something no doctrine can do. It opens the channels. It oxygenates the brain. It unblocks stored emotion. It activates the vagus nerve. It lifts the kundalini. It clears the mind of interference. Conscious breath is ancient technology. It is the original sacrament. It's the purification that prepares the temple. Without breathwork, meditation is harder. With breathwork, meditation becomes a doorway. There's also consumption hygiene, guarding the temple gates, if you will. One of the most important lessons I've learned is this: your eyes and ears are portals. What enters them becomes part of your energy field. When you consume violence, conflict, outrage, fear-based news, low-frequency entertainment, your body reacts, your nervous system contracts, your perception drops, your temple fills with static. But when you consume truth-seeking conversations, wisdom, healing, higher consciousness content, love-based media, teachings on peace and unity and compassion, your field expands. Your intuition strengthens, your heart opens. You begin to receive from a higher dimension because you've tuned your body to a higher frequency. What you consume determines the altitude of your awareness. You see, you are the temple. This is the revelation. Your body has always been sacred. Your breath has always been holy. Your chakras have always been divine circuitry. Your life has always been leading you toward awakening. And every step you've taken, every fast, every meditation, every detox, every act of discipline, every moment of gratitude has been tuning the temple for your return of your own consciousness. Your body is not the barrier to enlightenment. Your body is the gateway. And when you honor it, cleanse it, nourish it, breathe life into it, you begin to experience the truth of who you really are, a soul living inside sacred technology designed for ascension. So as you move forward, love your body, listen to it, honor it, treat it as the temple it is, not out of guilt, not out of fear, but because it is the vessel through which your awakening becomes real. You are not just becoming conscious, you are becoming whole. You are becoming aligned. You are becoming the temple. And I love you.